this moment that he knew he fucked up.
The Great Reset and the Mud Flotar is nothing more than those 200 fallen angels, including Satan and Lucifer himself, coming out from their captivity of 1,000 years, and they're here to deceive the nations. To fool people into believing that God doesn't exist, to fool people that they're evolved from monkeys, to fool people that they were created from an accidental Big Bang, to fool people that they live on a spinning water ball of infinite other spinning water balls. None of it's true. We're living in a time where the deception is so grand that you can't even wrap your heads around it. And the point of it all is if you can choose light and choose good and choose God instead of the darkness and instead of the evil. So it's up to you. You can believe in all the nonsense, or you can focus your attention on the light and the good and God. Because in my opinion, this nonsense about human resets, it's nothing more than scare tactics to make people who know there aren't asteroids coming from space and aliens coming from other planets. It's a way to keep them afraid. But the resets, they're not real. The only thing that's real is God and the fallen angels, and they're here, and they're deceiving us. And once you know they're here, trying to deceive you, trying to turn you away from God, it's easy to see the path to take, and it's away from darkness. And it is always. All of this information is just my opinion. I'm only here to entertain.
Front of a mirror proved to be true. It's real, yeah, it's real. And this is why. So me and my sister, right? We shared a big queen size bed, right? On this side, there's no mirror. On this side, there's a mirror. You faced it? So no, this is what I did. So every time we alternated every night. Yeah. So because the charger was on this side.
Oh,
the mirror.
okay.
So you know me, I don't charge my phone.
Yeah.
So first night I was there, I was already having bad dreams. Like I was waking up like, fuck, what if the white lady's right outside my window? So like I was paranoid. Yeah. So the next time I sleep on the second day, I sleep on the side without the mirror. I'm jaded. I'm peaceful as fuck. You don't have to worry. Right. But it was on, I think, the third or second last day when I got sick. I got stomach issues.
Oh.
From the mirror, and when at the middle of the night, I remember hearing
as a superstitious woo-woo person, and you might want to save it so you don't do some of these things too, in case you don't know about these things. So all of what I'm going to talk about in this video relates to mirrors. So these are my personal superstitions. I know a lot of people believe that if you break a mirror, that's 7 years of bad luck. I don't necessarily believe that one, mainly because I'm clumsy, so I'm just choosing not to give that one any power. But a few things that I will not be doing with mirrors. So a lot of cultures have folklore surrounding mirrors and their own traditions and things that they do. So you'll see some people say that they cover mirrors after somebody passes away in a household as to not, I guess, confuse the spirits or have them stuck there. I don't really know, but a lot of people will tell you that mirrors are portals. I'm a big believer of that. So I will not sleep in front of a mirror. I will cover a mirror, turn a mirror, but I don't sleep with a mirror facing me. I just don't do it and will not do it. I will not look into a mirror in the dark or a dark blacked out mirror. Some people know about scrying or mirror gazing. I will not be doing either of those things. So if I'm in the bathroom, I'll turn the light off. I will not look in the mirror at all, especially not in the dark. Third thing I will not do, I will not be repeating any name, any amount of time into any reflective surface at all. And that's, you know, who, Mary or Candyman. I probably wouldn't even say why would I need to say my own name? I wouldn't say my own name until mirror. Then I just glanced up and looked into the mirrors. No, will not be saying any name, any amount of time into any reflective surface, into any mirror. But if you have any superstitions or know of any superstitions about mirrors, or if there's something like within your culture, leave it down below, because I would like to know if there's some things that I'm doing that I probably should not be doing, because I have a lot of practices that kind of center around mirrors, but those are my big don'ts as a superstitious woo-woo chick. So let me know what y'all think, because some people get really angry when I talk about superstition in my comments, and I don't get it, but
and if something ends up happening to me, I just hope that this video can maybe explain it. Okay, so I have these 2 mirrors in my room. You can see they're pretty normal looking mirrors, but I was cleaning and I had them come set up like this, and I noticed something really weird. Just watch. So when you look through the mirror into the other one, it becomes like a window. And there's this huge warehouse, grocery store, or something down there. But wait, it's even crazier. Watch this. I'm feeling the truth. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. The hell? What is this place? Hello?
Now this shit has groceries.
How far does it go?
What y'all think? I think it's cap, but it's cool.
Oh shit.
There's this guy, looks like he's wearing a uniform like we are. He's got this really weird run, like his arms are kind of flailing behind him. Then I began to notice his skin tone looked like he might be hypothermic.
So he looks pale? Is that what you're saying?
He looked like an albino with a very bluish kind of undertone. As I'm starting to open my door to try to, administer aid to this guy, the dude in the front passenger seat screams he's got no ears. And then I close the door and I look up and he's got no freaking ears. And his eyes are twice as big. And I'm like, yeah. What the hell did I just walk into? I'm starting to freak out, but then he starts to talk to me and it's not my language. The understanding is like coming into my mind, so I know there's a telepathic thing going on here. He's like, hello, I'm having trouble with my craft. I need some repair material. Do you know where I can find some printing? I pointed towards the mountain range and I said, Dreamland's just over there. And this wave of emotion hit me like disgust, like I am not gonna talk about barbarians.
The next ghost video comes from the popular Mexican ghost hunting channel Extinct Bio, where they visit an old abandoned and supposedly haunted farm late at night. Many sightings of ghosts and paranormal events have been reported at the old haunted farm, and local residents say that the farm is so haunted that nobody dares to enter it. Kevin and Camera 2 start their paranormal investigation at the hall. However, I haven't seen it featured on any other channels recently. The clip comes from the YouTube account Mr. Spouter and has left many viewers freaked out. Mr. Spouter says that he is being haunted by something sinister and that mysterious loud bangs and eerie noises which can't be explained can wake him in the night. The following clip you're about to see was taken around 6 years ago and was his attempt to document a frightening paranormal activity in his home.
am the bestiary, my ancestors' album of the different creatures held in St. George's Keep. If you've been following, you might know what I think it is. It is the physical summoned demon. Shown here in its cell, held by binding sigils that kept it in place without chains. Now this is a monstrous entity of nefarious chaos that only causes damage and destruction and death. These are primarily spiritual entities, but they can be summoned to the physical realm. It's a very ancient practice, goes back thousands of years by different occultists, sorcerers, or warlocks, and I believe that that is exactly what happened here.
You're dealing with fallen entities, all right? It's imperative that you understand what mirrors are, all right? Mirrors come from the fallen realms, okay? This is home of the fallen angels. It's one of the greatest tricks that the elites or Satan himself ever used was to get us to put these mirrors into our homes, all right? All right, so anciently the mirrors we had, we didn't use glass. Okay, we use water, we use natural reflectors to reflect our image back to us. This is where the whole idea of today's mirror even comes from. It comes from the ancient way that we practice reflection. Okay, we always looked at the water to interpret, to do divination work, and when we needed to get a reflection of our image, we would create waterways in front of us because we were more tuned with the elements. If we didn't create river falls or waterways in front of us, so what's a waterway? A waterway is basically when you tap into the element of water and you create just a nice flow, like a nice waterfall of water right in front of you. But it's not connected to like nothing solid. It's connected strictly to the astral level, okay? Because water is pervasive all throughout the cosmos. So we would do it that way, or when we was down here in the physical, if we happen to come down here or go to another planet and manifest physically, we always use the natural water.
Hey everyone, today I'm diving into the twisted mind of a psychotic man who's being tormented by two grotesque female demons, so buckle up, because this story is a wild ride into the darkest corners of despair. Imagine a cold, dimly lit room filled with the clanking and hissing of steampunk machinery. The air is thick with an ominous presence, and the faint scent of burning oil and rust lingers. In the center of this mechanical nightmare, a man sits bound to an iron chair, his eyes dart around in terror, reflecting the chaotic dance of shadows cast by flickering lanterns. His tormentors are not of this world. Two female demons with elongated tongues that snake and writhe like serpents circle him slowly. Their skin is a hyper-realistic texture, glistening and shifting as if alive. The air crackles with their malevolent energy, making each breath a struggle. The man's mind is a fractured landscape, a battleground where sanity and madness wage war. Every whisper from the demons, every caress of their tongues against his ears drags him deeper into a pit of despair. Their voices are a haunting melody, a chorus of the damned that erodes his will. The room itself seems to come alive. Pipes and gears move with a sinister purpose, as if the machinery is feeding off his fear. Dark, oily tendrils snake out from the shadows, wrapping around his legs, his arms, tightening their grip with every pulse of his racing heart. He tries to scream, but his voice is swallowed by the oppressive atmosphere. The demon's laughter echoes, a chilling sound that reverberates through the room. They inch closer, their tongues flicking out to taste his fear, their eyes burning with an unholy fire. The man's reality is a twisted nightmare, a never-ending torment where escape is a distant, fading dream. The detailed machinery around him, with its intricate gears and dark, ominous lighting, becomes a part of his suffering. Each metallic creak, each hiss of steam, is a reminder of his inescapable doom. In this steampunk hell he is lost, a soul ensnared by demonic tormentors who revel in his agony. The more he struggles, the tighter the tendrils grip, pulling him further into the abyss. There's no happy ending here, no last-minute rescue, just an endless descent into darkness, where the boundaries between reality and nightmare blur, and the only constant is the man's unending terror. So next time you think your day is bad, just remember this poor soul, trapped in a mechanical nightmare with no hope of escape. For more—
Yeah, she's crying. She's inside by herself. Okay, I want to
more chilling tales and spine-tingling bell. Until next time.